I have 2 words. You know, when I was on the radio, we used to say, weather in a word, hot. It's hot. It is tis the season for hot.
Keep it locked and loaded.
Keep it locked and loaded. There it is.
It's not August hot, though.
Not Arkansas August hot, no. Do you realize,
Right.
check this out, we were in the 90s before the calendar even said, oh, it's summer. Summer just happened 6 days ago.
Right.
And it was hot before. Saying Siri's like, I didn't get that. No, you didn't. Because it was so hot, I took my watch off. It's hot. So, but Bishop, hey, Bishop, well, wait a minute. Was I here last week? I was not here. Y'all were here.
That's right.
Yeah, I was in Rockaway Beach, Missouri.
Rockaway.
All right.
It
Big as
was
this
the
room.
shortest Grace Unfiltered ever. I was like,
Was it?
Bishop, what do you think? He was like,
Nope.
Yep. Like, second question, what do you? 37 seconds later, we were out.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to have to go back and watch it. Yeah. What y'all talking about?
Nothing.
Gotcha.
I don't know. That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
It
That was
was.
last week. So hey, welcome to Grace Unfiltered. So happy you're here with us today. Bishop was gone. Now he's back. You were in a cool place.
He was hanging out with Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I don't even think Michael Jordan even lives in Chicago anymore. Now he was hanging out with Oprah.
Oh.
I don't even think Oprah lives in Chicago anymore.
Y'all please disregard all of this.
I think. Man, when I went to Chicago, we were on the Chicago River and we're taking
He's
a
like,
tour.
Oprah, I'm sorry. You know, she's
Yeah, right. Well, Oprah and Kanye West both watch. They do. Kanye does.
Good.
He does. There you go. I got to see the
want some
apartment
shoes.
building
Go ahead.
where, no. Hey, check this out.
Do it.
I'm reading the book. Now, I just finished Mike Evans' book, Hangry, the guy that started Grubhub.
Okay.
Just finished that. I'm reading a book called Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, the guy that started Nike.
Right.
He was
What's his name?
Phil Knight.
Oh, you said Suge, man. That's
Suge Knight. Oh, no. Yeah. Suge Knight started some other stuff. Yeah.
That's a different shoe brand. You can buy that down on 12th Street.
Yeah, you can combine that with some artillery with Suge Knight. But no, very good book, man. It's broken up by years. He took a lot of chances, man. He took a lot of chances. This Sunday, Joshua preached.
Sunday.
The tractor races. Joshua preached the very last sermon of our worship series. And it was good. You came and you cut us kind of hard.
You know what's interesting, though? So we preached Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2.
Right.
One of the, I don't know, whatever a top 10 is of most popular, but this is like a very popular Bible passage. So normally when I preach something, like I'll go back and I'll say, okay, what have I done with this before? Just to kind of get a context. In 17 years, I have never taught or preached Romans chapter 12 ever.
Are you serious?
So I was like, I got to start from the beginning.
Wow.
I don't even know how to do that anymore.
That's deep. That was, but you know what? You worked it though. You worked it. It was good.
Well, I
it
pulled
was
a Bishop. I preached a whole 2 verses, and really I kind of cut the end. So I preached a verse and a half.
Well, yeah, it was a verse and a half.
You
didn't go to the end of it.
Right,
Yeah, not in verse 2. Yeah, it was man. But what was cool is you brought in every translation, and you just kind of broke down exactly what it was saying. It was good. That worship series to me,
it was good.
It was good. It was convicting. It's forcing me to do a lot of a lot of things differently than I've done before. And we actually have questions.
Let's do it.
Today. Okay, question number 1. I feel convicted after the sermon on Sunday.
Okay.
So, yeah, I feel, I did too, kind of. Yeah, that's the question. I realize Jesus deserves and demands my everything. Should I sell my lake house and give it to the poor? Now, this is a real question. Now, before you disparage the question, Number one, I didn't ask this question secretly.
Oh, because you're like, I'm keeping my lake house.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
Travis?
Yeah, Travis ain't got no. The only thing he got laid has a fishing
He got
pole.
a trailer out behind the Sonic.
Don't sleep on Travis.
Dog, look at here. Like you right. He got a trailer behind the Sonic, dog. That's what he got. But here's the deal. This is a legitimate question. But if worship is giving, here's the question. Let me kind of twist it. First of all, they say, should I sell my lake house and give it to the poor? If it's a legitimate question, somebody says, hey, should I sell my lake house? What would you tell them?
A guttural reaction is probably not, but maybe.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
I mean, right?
Hey, how you get this money? I sold my lake house.
You know, I think that, well,
Whether it's a lake house, a car, or whatever.
right.
Yeah.
I think, and rightly so, if we did the worship series correctly, then you should be questioning whether you are worshiping Jesus in spirit and truth, like whether you are giving his all, because we talked about that's what he demands.
Yeah.
You know, so does that make you question the decisions you make in your life? It should. It should make you evaluate that. Should you sell your lake house? Unless Jesus is like, you should sell your lake house. Probably not.
Right.
So that's kind of my guttural answer. But it should make you think about how you live your life. I actually heard an interesting illustration this past week that I didn't use, you know, because we
Before the sermon or after?
before.
Okay.
But Francis Schaeffer, old.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh,
Old school, right?
Do you have his set of commentaries?
I don't, but
They're very expensive.
he said business people. It's about how we deal with money. He said business people think, okay, if I go out and I make all this amount of money, and I make a really, you know, right, and then I take a good portion and I give it to charities,
Okay.
then that'll show the world that you know I love Jesus and promote. He goes, I'm not disparaging that, but what if instead of doing that, I'm saying stop giving to charity, but what if you took the money and you took that and every employee you had, you gave them more money, and Christians were known as being the most generous employers in the entire world. You know, if you have a Christian employer, they're going to treat you right. You're going to make more than the median average because, and he said that would do more to transform the gospel than all the money that you give to charity.
That's
you know?
good.
And so
That's good.
I don't apologize, and I won't back up because I don't think Jesus does for asking for your all, but doesn't mean you should sell your lake house. If Jesus is asking you to sell your lake house, then you
Sell
should
your
do
lake
that.
house.
But the answer is probably not.
Yeah. And I know people probably ask, okay, should I, let's take it to another step, you know, should I give up my whatever, some luxury? Or people always ask me, okay, should I give to the guy at the gas station that comes to me and asks for money, or the person on the corner? I mean, what's the initial response that you would give to them when they say, okay, should I? Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to catch you when you leave in church. They're going to catch you when you leave in church. So,
They're not going to catch Bishop when he's leaving church.
Well, no, they better
That dude in
run.
this car is like, and we're bomb. Driving the parking lot.
You know, it's one of those things, going back to what Josh said.
I
It's what's
apologize
about-
publicly to the bishop. Yeah, okay. Sorry.
But as believers, we have to have that that sensitivity to what the Spirit of the Lord is putting on our hearts.
That.
There have been times that all of us probably have given to people that we didn't know,
Yeah.
but because of a burden that the Lord put on our heart.
Yeah.
If you don't feel that, you know, but that's with life altogether.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
speaking to people, witnessing to people, praying for people, doing all of those things, because it's not just one-dimensional
That's
in
true.
the area of giving.
That's true.
Financially, but in the area of just helping people with
Yeah.
a word, with encouragement,
Yeah.
with a rebuke.
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is we were talking about that one Wednesday night. We were saying, I think the author, Rebecca, was alluding to the fact that when you argue with people, not argue, but when you discuss, debate with people about beliefs or whatever, you're actually showing that you care. You know, so you're giving a level of care. People that you don't care about, I had a conversation with my boys, and they were like, well, why do you tell us? Why do you? I said, you know what? If I said nothing to you, I don't care about you. I'm just gonna let you get out here and be all willy-nilly and fall apart or whatever. But yeah, that's you're right. I think we can't be stingy with what God has given us. That's including forgiveness and favor and the gospel as well. That's real good. So should you sell your lake house and give it to the poor? That's a you and God conversation. Second question, you said that everyone worships. Oh, I'm glad somebody asked this question because I wanted to ask this. Well, no, not this way. This is what they say. I don't believe in God, so how do I worship? That's not my question. That's their question. And I have a follow-up to this as well.
Okay.
You said everyone worships, and you alluded to that. Right. We all worship. They say, I don't believe in God, so how do I worship?
The reality is, if you define worship, the way, I don't know who you are.
Or how you defined it on
so
Sunday.
how, right?
Yeah.
Here's the easy way to say it. Everybody lives for something and everybody gives their life for something. It's just the easiest
Honors.
way. You find your identity in something. You look for functional salvation in something. Something gives your life purpose. Something gives your life meaning. And whatever that thing is, whatever that thing is you're living for, that you're getting up in the morning for, that you find that is what you are giving your life to. So let's say, for example, easy underhand softball pitches. Let's say that you find meaning in your looks and your attractiveness. Then you will sacrifice. You'll sacrifice food for that. You'll sacrifice time in the gym. You'll sacrifice photos. You'll constantly be on Instagram, Facebook, seeing how many people liked your photos and said, "Hey, you look good." As a pastor, we can get wrapped up in, like anybody else in our profession. Pastors,
coming back?
Right? Pastors can sacrifice their families. They'll sacrifice what they know Jesus is calling them to do to be successful in ministry. So you will worship. So Romans chapter 1, verse 25 basically says that you will either worship the Creator or His creation. In churches, and I kind of alluded to this, but also a church easy underhand softball pitch is a lot of us worship our families. And we make that excuse to, I've heard it said that a good kid is a bad God. And so a lot of times we have children and we say, okay, now I have purpose, now I have meaning. And parents give their life for these kids, whatever my kid wants, just to make them happy, to make them successful. And then once that kid moves out, either the parents crumble or this codependent, weird relationship keeps going, and it crushes both the kids and it crushes everybody around you. So the reality is that you find your purpose and meaning somewhere and you'll give your life up for that. And my point on Sunday is simply this, is that Jesus is the only master that won't crush you.
Yeah.
Jesus is the only master that won't use you.
Yeah.
It's the one that you'll find life in. So that's what I was. That's the undercurrent of what we were referring to on Sunday.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Amen. So he said, "Amen." So yeah.
That's
so
how
they're
it went
saying
last week.
Yeah. Wow, boy. Yeah, that was a quick It wasn't even an unfiltered. It was an unfiltered. But they were saying, I don't believe in God, so how do I worship? Yeah, you do. You there is something that is a priority, like you said, that identifies, who you think you are. I'm thinking about the BET Awards that we're talking about. BET means Black Entertainment Television. It's now owned by Tyler Perry.
He talking to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Tyler Perry.
I was about to make a reference to Tom Brady. I'm like, okay, Tom Brady is a white NFL former football player who played quarterback for the Patriots.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
Just start making white references. If I do it, it's racist. If he does it,
No,
perfectly acceptable.
no, you can do it. It's not racist. It's not racist. Just don't do it in front of everybody. You better do it when I'm
Right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
you better do it when I'm standing here. You do it by yourself, and it's gonna be some picket time. When we turn the lights out here, it's gonna be some light shining.
Don't all follow the same rules on the stage.
No, you can. You have freedom.
Good.
To tell me who Tom Brady is.
All
There
right.
you go.
Good.
Hey, Josh, last question. You said that we should be a living sacrifice for Jesus, but I feel like Jesus has let me down during my life. It's been a hard life. How am I supposed to give everything to someone who hasn't given me what I need?
Tell us how you
Bishop.
feel.
I got an answer, but I've been talking too much.
There you go.
No, man.
Well, no. 'Cause look, if I go first, he's going to be like, yup.
He gonna second ahead of time.
Yeah, ask it again. And
So okay, Bishop.
Start with Bishop.
Here's your question. You said. Josh said. Let me rephrase
Right.
it. Josh said when you weren't here and you don't know what he said that we should be a living sacrifice for Jesus. Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. But I feel like the questioner said Jesus has let me down during my life.
Over and over and over again.
It's been a hard life.
Yeah.
How am I?
I like the emphasis you're putting on this. Yeah.
How am I supposed to give everything to someone who hasn't given me what I need? Hey, here's his answer. Wow.
What you said.
Yep.
But that's a part of life. There are other areas that people, things, places, things that we've tried did not meet our expectation, but we still
Get
give
them, try them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even this morning, you talked about Joseph in our staff meeting,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you would probably say that what Joseph wanted from God and what
he didn't get it
Joseph
immediately.
got from God are two different things.
Two different things.
But what Joseph got exactly what he needed from God.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the good part about this person who sent that question, they're still hanging around God.
That's real good.
Yeah, they're still hanging around God.
That's real.
They're still talking about God. They
Right.
still have expectation
Right.
of God.
So even in their,
In the
you
midst
know,
of their pain, in the midst of their disappointment, they're still hanging around God.
Right.
the cool part, you know what? I never really thought about that, but yeah, you're right.
Which goes back to, I think, a question we were talking about a few weeks ago. You may be upset with God,
Yeah.
but continue to have conversation
With God.
With God.
Yeah.
Be honest and open
Yes.
with God. But that
Yes.
was the sermon.
Yeah, that was
when you
a couple
told
of weeks
people,
ago.
Tell God how you really
yeah,
feel.
tell him how he really feel. I don't think I should tell God I'm angry. No, because
Oh, no.
here's the deal.
He knows anyway.
He knows.
Right.
He's just waiting on you to realize that you're angry.
Right.
Because he knows the truth. We the one lying to ourselves.
Well, and he's big enough to handle your anger.
I used to tell
Right.
people all the time when we started dealing with college students, I would say, you know what? If you have a God that can't handle your truth, that's a weak God. That's a weak God.
That's a weak God.
You can't handle it. But yeah, but you know what? But I think that's cool because you're right. They're angry, they're upset, they're frustrated, but there's still a level of hope.
Yes.
Right.
And
They
they're
still have
still, really, little do they know, they're participating in the process
Yep.
that God is taking them through to get them to where they need to be.
Right.
Golly. And it may not happen when they think it should have.
Well, that part's guaranteed.
Oh,
know.
yeah, yeah.
So,
It'll
you know-
never happen when you think it should.
So, this scripture I'm just going to kind of summarize. He's got it memorized in 3 different translations, but the scripture says that if God
This is
gave,
what I had to deal with.
right, if God gave you His Son,
Right.
what other gifts is
Would
he
he
going to
withhold?
hold back from you, right? So,
Yeah.
so there's a foundational truth.
Yeah.
One of my favorite pastors used to say, God answers your prayer the way you would have prayed if you knew everything that he knows.
That's heavy.
Right?
That's heavy.
And so God is, just like Joseph, God will give you what you need, even though you probably, I guarantee you that your plan for your life and God's plan for your life are two different plans.
Oh, yeah.
But your plan for your life, if you got everything, would destroy you.
Yeah.
And God, because listen, what would we ask for if for our plan from life? Here's what we would ask for. We would ask for unending peace, no interruptions, no growth possibilities. We'd ask for all the money in the world that would satiate our every need, where we would never have to rely on God. We would never have to have faith. Like, it all just come at us, right? So, I mean, so that's what we would ask for, you know. And of course, if we have a child that you always coddle, and then they stay a child. That's not good.
When you put them down, they cry forever.
And also, let me affirm what Bishop said, and just from the other angle, is a lot of us say that, I will obey God if, or I will trust God if, right? And if you say those statements, I'll obey God if, or I'll trust God if, whatever is on the other side of that if is your true God.
And that's all your true God is.
Jesus is a means to an end. God is a means to an end to your. I will trust you if you save my kids. I will trust you if you give me money. I will, whatever is on the other side of that if is your God. And Jesus is unwilling to give you that, because that will crush you.
Well, and that limits him. Because if you think about it, if I say, I will follow God, or I will trust you if you give me a brand new car.
Right.
And so your God is only a car-giving God. So then when I need peace in my home or my mind or whatever, I'm worshiping a car-giving God. Now I got to go get another God. I mean, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You start to limit that God.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think what we need to focus on is, man, God, I'm just going to trust you like they did during the times that I wasn't around. I mean, during
seek ye first the kingdom of God, all the other things will be added to you.
That's probably one of the hardest. I remember just looking at that scripture over and over, the whole don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Don't worry about what you wear, what you eat, whatever. And then the whole seek ye first. It was so hard when I was trying to do that, because I was trying to be something else. And I felt like God was interrupting my something else if I had to seek him. You know what I'm saying? Because I had I wanted to own my own radio station. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to own my own radio station, get a conglomerate, have multiple radio stations, whatever. That's what I wanted to do. I don't want to sell insurance.
Want to be like Campbell, huh?
Yeah, be like who?
Campbell? No. What was the guy back in the day, Bishop, that owned?
Oh, Willis.
Willis.
Yeah, I want to be like Willis.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not like him.
Okay.
Want to go beyond, but that's what I wanted to do. This guy had, Bishop Willis, man, had stations. He was from Virginia, and he had radio stations everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what I want to do. You know, but that was it. But then I look back now, and man, my life would have been so limited. It would have been so. Look, Bishop, NFL player. Yeah, you would have had a lot, but your life would have been so limited. I mean, I don't know what you wanted to be. What you want to be, an engineer?
Architect.
Architect, that's right. Your life would have been so limited. I mean, you would have only done that.
Yeah.
So that, I don't know. So to answer your question, how am I supposed to give everything to someone who hadn't given what I need? He's giving you what you need. You just waiting on what you want.
All right now. Shut it down.
Bam.
Damn.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Grace Unfiltered. Also, thank you for those that showed up and prayed on Sunday before last and last Sunday for our missionaries in Cuba. And we are excited to say that they all made it back safely.
Right.
Josh, were you at the airport when all of them got back?
I was not.
He was
asleep.
He was asleep. Did you go? You went, didn't you?
No.
No. None of us went, but God was there at the airport.
And that's something that needs to change.
Yeah, we're going to have to, we will. We're going to do better.
It's not so much we have to be there,
Yeah.
but a committee of people need to always be there when they leave
and when they come
return.
back. Yeah, because I remember my wife, I remember going to Haiti and man, coming back from Haiti, and I got to the car, my wife saw me and she was like, oh, I missed you. And then that was the first word she said to me. And I went to her, and the closer I got to her, this is what she said with love in her heart. You stink. That's what she said.
Yeah, when all y'all come back from Haiti, y'all had a little.
Yeah, we came back from Haiti. We had an aroma. We did. But thank you for praying for our missionaries. We're going to celebrate them Sunday. I think we're going to celebrate them on Sunday. Come join us. We have 2 convenient services for you, 9 a.m. and 10:30 a.m., 900 Cantrell Road, Little Rock, Arkansas. Thanks for joining us today on Grace Unfiltered.
Peace out.
Bye, Cynthia.
Bye,
Cynthia.